Justin Trudeau wants more of your money. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.Media. Do you remember that interview that Justin Trudeau did with Steve Murphy from CTV Atlantic a couple of weeks ago? It was an odd interview where, when asked about the full costing of his platform, how much are these promises you've made? How much are they going to cost us? Trudeau told Murphy, well, you can get out your own calculator. I'm too busy making promises. It was an odd answer, but it wasn't the only one that the Liberals gave. Well, this weekend, when they did release the full costing of their platform and said, here's how we'll pay for this, here's how we'll pay for that, here's where we get more money, well, that reminded me of another comment that Trudeau made to Murphy about looking for new revenue streams.
We are going to raise taxes on the wealthiest 1% so we can cut them for the middle class. And that's not even new money brought in, that's an offsetting. We're raising the taxes by $3 billion for the wealthiest 1%. We're lowering them for the middle class.
I understand, but that's only $3 billion.
That's
what are
right.
the other revenue sources you have
there's
in mind?
another $2 billion coming in that we're going to put towards Canada Child Benefits. More generous for the people who need them, less generous for the wealthy Canadians who don't need them.
Trudeau has promised time and again that he's not going to raise taxes except on the wealthiest 1%, people that already pay a whole lot of taxes, but he thinks they don't pay enough. Well, he's going to raise taxes on them, but he keeps promising you, I'm not going to raise your taxes. Well, turns out he's not going to raise tax rates, but that doesn't mean you're not going to pay more under a Trudeau Liberal government. They've made huge promises. And during the news conference for their costing, they admitted that tax breaks that have been brought in by the Harper Conservative government, they're on the table.
Est-ce que ça veut dire que tous les petits de boutique credit qui sont là
peuvent
être éliminés?
C'est possible parce que il y a 100 milliards de dollars dans cette catégorie, c'est un montant énorme. Nous ne disons pas du tout que boutique credit ou quoi que ce soit sera éliminé, mais ce que nous disons, c'est que nous allons examiner l'ensemble de ces choses pour essayer de trouver des épargnes.
McCallum says that it's unlikely they'll take away the children's fitness tax credit, but that doesn't mean there's not plenty of others that they will take away. The Conservatives immediately jumped on this and said, look, see, this is proof the Liberals are going to take away income splitting for seniors. Well, come on, give me a break. The Liberals have been clear on that. They're going to leave income splitting for seniors, but they're going to take it away from everyone else. Why it's good for seniors but not good for families, I don't know. I'll let the Liberals explain their own inconsistencies. But remember, in addition to doing away with income splitting, which was in the last budget, they're going to take away the increase in the tax-free savings account. They're going to hike the CPP, payroll tax deduction. They're going to hike EI premiums from where they're supposed to go over the next couple of years. Those are just some of the ways they're going to raise more money. But it is the taking away of the tax breaks brought in by the Conservatives that should really worry families.
Liberals can't simply pull $6.5 billion out of thin air. They have to find that money somewhere. They've referred to a document that includes a whole series of tax increases targeted right at middle-class taxpayers and seniors. And that is the reality that with which Canadians will be faced if the Liberals got the chance. That we know that their platform is expensive. In fact, the Liberal platform is the most expensive of all three political parties.
Billions in spending that they don't have the money for. So what does that mean? Well, the children's tax fitness credit, it could go. So could the arts credit. So could the credit for taking the bus to work. So could the $2,000. The $2,000 tax deduction that you get for each child you have, that could go away. Remember, when the Liberals were in power last, I was talking to some old-timers that couldn't believe you didn't get a break on your taxes if you had kids. They said they always got that. But under the Liberals, the only way that you got a tax break for having children is if you got divorced and claimed one of them as your spouse, or if you put them in daycare. To Liberals, that was the only reason to give you a tax break for having children. There are so many of these boutique tax credits, things that people may despise, but they've come to rely on to reduce their tax bill. The Liberals say they're all up for grabs, meaning at the end of the day, you're going to be paying more. Even Andrew Thompson, the NDP finance critic came out and said, yeah, we're not going to do that.
The question of the boutique tax credits is one, we've been very clear about saying that we will end the income splitting for non-pension income. We have been very clear about the loopholes that we want to close in order to support other social spending. Otherwise, the assumptions that have been built in will be left. Now, the Conservatives have announced other boutique tax credits. They are not yet in place and are not factored into this program.
When the NDP is criticizing you for trying to grab too much from people's taxes, you know you've gone too far left. That's definitely the territory that Justin Trudeau and the Liberals are trying to occupy right now. But don't say you weren't warned. If Trudeau does somehow miraculously take power, be it on his own or through a coalition with the NDP, one thing's for certain, doesn't matter how much money you make, more of your money will be going to the government than is going to the government right now.